How are you guys? I'll be on in a second. Oh boy. I may look good, I gotta look good for TV land, My wife wants me to take her out tonight, for a happy hour this afternoon. It's unbelievable. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the kind compliment. Thank you very much. Hello, Dr. Evil. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the greatest watch market update show. Today we have a real good show prepared for you guys. We're going to be talking about a few things that you guys are going to learn something about these few things that I'm going to drop today here. And before I get into all that, I want to ask all of you a favor to give us a thumbs up, like the video, share the video. Whenever you like, you can also subscribe to our channel. We are a channel that is basically, organic. What we have is real subscribers. But as you know, when you drop too much knowledge and you go against them, they block you like a field goal. They block you like a field goal. Like the goalie in soccer, they block you. So I ask all of you for your kind help with a like, share, or subscribe. You can also leave a comment. I don't care what you leave. I really don't care. As long as you don't bully nobody, as long as you don't use no foul language, you can do whatever you want. And if you don't see your comment up there, it's not me. It's the platform, Te sacan pa casa el carajo. Anyway, guys, I want to talk to you about something that yesterday I got a few text messages and an email, and I saw this, and I thought I should talk about it. I thought I should address this subject. And what I'm going to tell you today too, I really don't speak this way, but what I'm going to tell you today, I'm sure, I'm positive that if you're here 40 or 50 watching this show, you never heard about what I'm going to tell you today. I tell you that in this channel, I'm always going to drop knowledge to teach you guys, to teach you guys so you guys can defend yourself. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to tell you no, yes, maybe it's a lie, blah, 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 blah. But what I'm going to talk to you today is something that you should know, and I'm going to tell you. So, there's this guy that he is, to me personally, I don't watch a lot of his podcasts, but to me, he has to be, if not the strongest podcast out there, then he's in the top 3. How's that? And we're talking about a gentleman that they call him Rogan. Rogan, that guy. They call him Rogan. Yes, you should listen and learn. I really mean that. You should listen and learn. And they've been talking about that this guy basically, Mr. Rogan, he likes Rolex watches. He likes Rolex watches and all that good stuff. And he has a couple of Rolex, from what I understand. He has a Sea Dweller, Deep Sea. He has a Yacht Master. He has a Casio. He has a panorama and all that good stuff. And they're saying that, I'm not saying this. The people that send me links, it can be all made up. Today we have that AI that does whatever they want, but he's talking about that he took his watch to go, get service at the dealer, and he told him that his watch, every month is 5 minutes behind, 5 minutes behind, 5 minutes behind, and that the person taking care of him just said, okay, and that was basically it. And they're saying that he's talking about the Chyna situation. They're not being truthful. I'm not saying, I'm only repeating what they told me, allegedly. That's what they're saying. If you want, you should go take a look at that video, and so you can see what I'm trying to say. But something else. I did a video on 2024, on the month of December of 2024, or maybe the beginning of January. I don't remember when, but it was there. I made this video quite, like 5-6 months ago. And when I made the video, I was talking about a Rolex Sky Dweller, real 18 karat gold, a clone. And nobody, hardly nobody, really interacted with the video I made, or, didn't make many comments regarding the video, or many likes and all that good stuff. And it just went there, through the corner. And it had like 1,300 views, I mean, that's a nice amount for me, 1,300 views. But anyway, I decided that I would repost that video. I repost a lot of my videos, a lot of them. If you don't know this, I do it always. I can do whatever I want with my videos. I'm not asking you for nothing. So I do as I please. So I reposted the video yesterday. And this video that I'm talking about that I put last year got like 1,300 views in the last 6 months. I put this video yesterday and already has over 1,300 views, I believe over 100 likes, and like 70 comments, 70 comments. If you haven't seen that video, you should go take a look. You should leave this live stream and go see my video. How's that? But the reason that I'm saying that is that, something is happening. Something really is happening. This Rolex conspiracy it looks like it's here to stay, And I don't know if you guys know this. When they say that a conspiracy lasts, listen and learn. They say that when a conspiracy lasts more than a week, it's truth. And this Rolex conspiracy is going on its 5th week. 5th week is going on. But there's people out there, which are conspiracy theorists. There's people that don't believe that and all that good stuff. But I do want to say that Rolex has never addressed the subject. Rolex had lined up a lot of celebrities to make commercial with their watches, a lot of influencers to do commercials about their watches, a lot of ambassadors, a lot of movie stars, and none of that has been done. But neither has Rolex addressed the elephant in the room. Honestly, I thought, thank you very much, Dr. Evil, for that super chat. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. I wasn't ignoring you. Instead, I'm just trying to focus on what I want to tell you. But thank you again very, very much, Dr. Evil. So they haven't addressed that subject. They haven't addressed it whatsoever. And the ambassadors, the athletes, the Kardashians. I don't know if that's their name. The Kardashians. Kardashians. Everything is on hold. And I want to talk to you about something, ladies and gentlemen. And I really mean that. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. You have people like Downey Jr. Downey, you know, that movie star, Downey Jr., you have that DJ Khalifa, you have the other rapper Rake, you have the other rapper ZJ, you know, and they're all saying that they're suing Rolex. I'm not saying that. This is what social media says. People are saying that all that is, you know, it's just to create some kind of, you know, momentum for Rolex. That they're all in. You there? You saw that? Did you feel that or no? Okay. So they're saying that it's just a, you know, a publicity stunt from all these people. But I'm going to drop some knowledge on you guys because you guys really believe that Rolex has never done any parts of their watches out of Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to show you today something, ladies and gentlemen, because you need to know this. And I've known this for, you know, for many, many years. And yeah, I'm going to tell you for how many years. I know this probably from since the 1980s. How's that? 80s. And I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. There was a big department store called Just Keys. Just Keys, you know? If you want to Google it, you can do it right now. Just Keys. It's spelled Joskes. Just Keys department store. And it was around from 1867 to 1987. Just Keys department store, you know? And they had the Rolex line in their store. But the government, here it goes. I know at least one person knows what I'm talking about here. At least one. The people from that country that had the line from Hans Wilsdorf. If you guys don't know who Hans Wilsdorf is, he was the founder of Rolex. He founded in 1905, I believe, and then he renamed it in 1908 Rolex. Man, I'm dropping knowledge today. I'm on fire, man. I'm a historian, guys. I might play around, but coño, I know my stuff. So this department store out of Mexico, the country Mexico, you know, it was a German man that opened a department store in Mexico, and it was called Just Keys Department Store, like a Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, you know, Bloomingdale's, you know, Macy's, all that good stuff. So the government from Mexico told Just Keys Department Store, listen, Just Key, if you want to keep on moving, you know, items from other parts of the world, listen and learn, you're going to have to talk to your suppliers. That if they want you to continue, in this case, Rolex, you're going to have to make something of that watch in the country of Mexico. So, in July 6, 1946, Mr. Hans Wilsdorf, he passed away. But it was before that, ownership from Just Keys talked to him, and he said, okay, Just Key, we'll do something. We're going to let you do the bracelets of the Rolex watches. And they started doing bracelets, you know, the bracelets, stainless steel, gold, you know, date, all that good stuff. And other parts too of the watch. And you might be thinking, well, he's talking about this subject, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this because nobody's going to show you this and nobody's going to tell you this because nobody wants you to know about this, because just in case you have a Just Keys bracelet and you don't even look at it because you've been skip hopping around through life like a bunny rabbit and you don't look at it, and that watch bracelet is a collector's, you know, bracelet, right? So here it goes. This is That's Juskies. Hecho en Mexico. Made in Mexico. I know they keep on telling you that nothing is made no other place than, Geneva, Switzerland. But look at that. You've seen it, right? Okay, let me show you more. Look at the bracelet from Hecho in Mexico and look at the one from Switzerland. Swiss. Okay. Look at the design. The one that has like a radius. You see it? And look at the normal one from Swiss. It's just a real flat one. But the one from Mexico, from Juskies, is unbelievable looking. Right? See that, right? So they gave him the condition of doing those bracelets, those stainless steel bracelets in Mexico. I show you that. I show you about Juskies department store, and the name is right there. See the name? Read it and weep, so you can tell your friends about it. Okay? Okay, so you see that, right? But nobody is going to tell you that. But that's number one. Number two, that's Juskies. Number two was another company, and this company was from the USA, from the United States of America, and it's called JB Champion. And I will show you JB Champion, because you guys need to know about all this stuff, because I'm going to prepare you guys. Going back to Juskies, let me show you. The one in the bottom is from the USA, right? And the one from the top is Juskies right here. See it? Look how terrible that Swiss made was, and look at Juskies. Unbelievable, but true. So, unbelievable. I'm going to show you something. This is JB Champion from the USA. JB Champion from the USA. That's what they made, right? Yellow gold, 14 karat. Look at this. A little more. Let me show you more. There's the watch. Made in the USA. Yep. They say it's made in Swiss. Not these. Not these watches. So you saw that. That was JB. Now I'm going to show you C&I. C&I USA. You're going to go, wow. C&I making Rolex parts around the world. See that? You've seen it, right? That's C&I. You guys are being told that nothing is being made around. The conspiracy. Let me tell you something about conspiracy. Again, I'm going to tell you. When they talk about a conspiracy more than a week, more than a week, it becomes the truth. That's what the conspiracy theorists say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm telling you. If you don't believe me, look into it. And these people have not addressed for one moment, they not have addressed the situation they have over there in Switzerland, in Geneva. They haven't. But let me show you another one. This one is called the WAB Factory out of England. Out of England, I'm going through four already. Four. Let me show you this, because you guys need to know about these things, because you guys are hopping around through life like lambones, like palomos, like palomos. You believe what they tell you. There's people fighting. They don't want to believe this. They feel bad. They say, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that because, I'm a Rolex fanboy and that can't be true. Here, I'm going to blow it up real big for you guys. What does it say there? Come on, read it. Read it. I'm going through my fourth country. Well, my third country, I believe. There it is. You're reading it, right? Unbelievable. but true. England, Inglaterra. And you're saying, so why were they doing that? Oh, they were doing that because, prior to those years, for tax purposes and all that good stuff. I've been telling you, I've been telling all of you that Rolex is in cahoots with the world. In cahoots. There's nobody bigger than the crown. Nobody. There's nobody bigger than the crown. Don't let them fool you. There's nobody bigger than the crown. Let me loosen up this jacket. It's a little tight on me. There's nobody bigger than the crown. Nobody. So, Hans Wilsdorf, he hanged out, with the big people, DuPont, DuPont. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who DuPont is? You don't know who DuPont is? You Google it, because I'm not going to tell you. Hanging out with the Rothschilds, Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, And Rolex is a charity. Charity, a charity. Charity. They can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. They do whatever they want. So what they will send these watches to produce them, the bracelets, whatever it was, produce it over there because they're charging us too much taxes and we got breaks over here, breaks over there, breaks over there. And that's how they were doing that, But you guys still don't believe that parts come from, the Silicon Valley of Xinjiang. But I'm showing you already 4 different factories producing pieces for your favorite watches. I want to hear anybody to tell me, did you know about this? Did you know? No, obviously you couldn't have known about this because you never mentioned it to me in any video that I've done. There you go. There you go, Mr. Donald. There you go, Mr. Blair. He said no, because I have truthful people here. Let me drink some jungle juice because this is getting good. So none of the influencers, I'm not talking about a Mickey Mouse influencer like, let's say Deputy Boxing Black Eyes. I'm talking about an influencer like the Kardashians, those people, those demonic, they're demonic. You better watch it. They're demonic. They haven't done nothing. They're quiet. Don't say nothing. And that, what's the name of that tennis player? It's unbelievable. They have him in a corner, hit it away. You know what I'm talking about? Everything is hush hush. But it's going on the 5th week. When something goes on to their 5th week, there is some truth to what is being said. You don't believe me? You Google it. You Google it. Remember, I read the whole day. I'm thirsty for knowledge. I ask people to teach me. So I teach you what I know. I teach you what I know. I've shown you 4. Now I'm going to show you something which I had a few of these watches. A few of these watches. This is unbelievable. This one is called the DA Factory. Letter D-A. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Who said that? Wow, creative. Unbelievable. This is going to blow your hair back and knock your socks off. If you don't see me here no more, me la pelaron, papi. They got me. But I'm going to talk to you about this because I was a customer. I was a customer of these watches from this factory. There's a factory called DA. DA. I'm going to show you. You're going to go, wow, how does one do this? I don't do this. The one that does all this information is no other than Sweet Kino. I'm just the voice. Kino is the brains. That's all I got to tell you. I mean, you do whatever you want. So this watch right here, this is the DA. This is the DA factory. You know where this one comes from? Does anybody know where this one comes from? This watch. This is a Rolex date. This is a Rolex date. Listen, look at it. Look at the dial. Look at everything. Anyway, this watch right here. This watch right here. I didn't have that dial, but I had the same watch. This watch is made in Venezuela. Venezuela. You understand me? Venezuela. To all the Michiganders out there, listen and learn. Listen and learn. So that's Venezuela, right? Venezuela. Let me show you more. I'm going to show you more. You're going to go, wow, how does this guy know all this? Oh, I know it all. Look at this. You ready? Look at that. You know it, mate, right there. Here it goes now. Watch. Watch and learn. Boom. Now I'll put it close to you guys. Read it. Read it, boys. Read it loud. Take a snapshot. Take a snapshot. I'm going away. That's from Venezuela. And the name of that factory is called De Agosto. De Agosto. De Agosto factory in Venezuela. Wow, somebody's getting close there. Somebody said Vietnam. That's unbelievable that somebody said Vietnam. But then I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to keep on showing you palomos. More information, more information. So nobody knew about this, right? But you guys were all arguing about, no, that doesn't come from the Silicon Valley of watches or Qing. I'm just telling you. I've known this since I'm in my 20s. In my 20s. And I would always scratch my head. There's no way in the world that these watches are made in Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland. There's no way. I'm going to show you something now that you're going to go, oh my God. You're going to go, oh my God. Listen, most of the Rolex president bracelets, they've been sent out to different countries. Produce it for me. Produce it for me. But this country, you're going to go, oh my God. It's too close for comfort. I'm going to show you this country, this factory. And you know what the name of the factory is? It's unbelievable, but true. The name of the factory, it's right in your, they told you right in your face. We don't care. We don't even care. The name of the factory, you know what? I don't want to name it. I want you to look at it. And write down what you're seeing, okay? I want you to write down what you see. What does that say? What does that say, boys? Can you see it? Anybody see it? Nobody sees it? Just tell me yes or no if you see it. Yes or no? No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. Again, I'm going to blow it up real big for you now. What does it say now? You see it? You see it, Mr. Blair? Do you see it, Mr. Blair? Do you guys see it, Mr. Blair? It's just 1,948 miles away from China. That's all. Just 1,948 miles from China. What do I get? I just dropped knowledge on you people. Let me show you more. There's your Rolex date. Look at that. Made in Japan. Made in Japan. Unbelievable. Made in Japan. 48 organic subscribers, 16 thumbs up. That's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. And then when I say they run to the hills, they run. But you know what happens is that a lot of you lambones out there, you're saying to yourself, oh my God, you probably had a Daytona stainless steel with a bracelet made in England. You probably had a Daytona stainless steel made in Japan. And you gave it away. You know why you gave it away? Porque son unos palomos. Porque son unos palomos. Who drops more knowledge than this channel? Who drops more knowledge than this channel? Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel ashamed. Listen to me. I'm not gonna be making videos here talking about my watch. I'm gonna make a video of a watch that I purchased. Come on, get out of here. I'm not gonna make a video of a watch that I have. First of all, I don't want none of you to know what watches I have. How's that? Let's be clear about that. I don't. If you see them on me, perfect. You saw it, that's all. But I'm not here to show you that I'm gonna make a video of the watch that I bought. I'm gonna teach you guys. You're never gonna forget about me and the brains behind this channel. Never. You're never gonna forget about us. You will never forget about us. Never. You will never forget about us. You say, oh my God. But you guys still are skip hopping around through life believing that, no, they don't make it over there in Ching, Silicon Valley over there, the watch factory in a warehouse, in a dark warehouse. You don't believe me. You don't believe that. Japan special. You understand me? Japan special. Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all rigged. This is all rigged. Now, you might think, so what happened in Japan? Well, Japan is not China. Japan is not China, you know? They're building over there, you know? Their assembly lines, they're not like China's price. You understand me? They're not like China. Does anybody understand me or you don't understand me? El precio de la China es una cosa y el precio de Japón es otra. The price of China is one thing and the price of Japan is another thing. You understand me? It's two different things. But remember, Rolex is running with the owners of the world. It's still a charity. The Hans Wilsdorf Foundation was created in 1945. I'm dropping knowledge, man. I'm a beast, man. I'm a monster. I'm a monster. Somebody stop me. Somebody stop me. Unbelievable. 1945, they did the foundation. They're untouchable. They're like Elliot Ness. You remember the Untouchables? Elliot Ness? They're like that. You guys son unos lambones. You guys are skip hopping around, gonna watch how they make a leather bracelet, a strap. Papi, you probably gave away. If you guys are smart, go back to all your vintage watches, all your 80s, 90s, because they still did it to the year 2000. And they're still being done. But you guys, I couldn't. I told you guys that if I tell you more things, I'm going to scare you guys. And what do we get for telling you the truth? We get this. Deep, deep, deep. That's what we get for telling you, for helping you guys out. So Japan wasn't the right place to go, you know, to give these people, hey man, do me the bracelets of the Daytonas, the dates, the date just, you know, all that good stuff. And Japan said, you know, Japan is unbelievable. I don't know too much about countries, but Japan is una jodienda, you know. Japan is like South Beach. You know, over there, sushi, you know, lounging, you know, unbelievable, you know, unbelievable. So, you know, over there, the Rolex said, look, we got to pull out of Japan because it's, you know, this is not giving us results. And these people, it's about numbers. You know, when you belong to that world, you know, to that club, you know, you have to spread the mayonnaise evenly. Evenly. You understand me? But, you know, I told you that I will tell you more and more and more. Kino told me you have to let out, you know, the rabbit out of the hat. And let them know. Let them know. I'm telling you, I did a video. I did a video 6 months ago and nobody looked at it. And in 6 months, it has 1,300 views. And I reposted that same video yesterday, and it has more views already than the video 6 months ago. Because people are looking into this. I told you, I'll keep on telling you, when a conspiracy lasts more than a week, there's truth to that conspiracy. You missed it. That's right. You missed it, Ed. You did miss it. I don't see you there. No, none of the comments. So, but you know why you missed it, Ed? Again, it wasn't that you missed it, Ed. It's that, you know, you remember the kicker. You know, the kicker that kicks the 3-point field goal and the extra point. They block him. You know, they block him. They block him. So when it's something like that, they block him. The field goal. You understand me? The field goal, they block. You guys don't understand what I'm saying. So that's how it is. You got it now. Thank you, Ed. You got it. So they block you. The field goal was blocked. So now that video doesn't even have 24 hours. It still has hours to go before it hits 1 day. And it has more views than when I put it 6 months ago. People were freaking out. They couldn't believe what they were watching, what they were looking at. I put there a Rolex Sky Dweller 18 karat gold. Not Mickey Mouse gold, the sketch gold, real 18 karat gold. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? I can't say too much because, you know, like the goalie in hockey, you know, he blocks. In football, they block you. And, you know, all that good stuff. In soccer, they block you. I can't be, you know, it's what it is. People don't want to hear the truth, man. People want to keep on being lied to. Being lied to is a fashion. It's a fashion. My father would tell me that always, you know, may he be in heaven, you know. But he would tell me, hijo, son, the people love to hear a lie. The people love to hear a lie. You know, they want to hear lies. And, you know, I didn't come from that background. I was taught, man, listen, man, teach. Don't leave the world without teaching what you know. That's pretty frogged up. How are you going to leave the world? You're going to leave the world, you're not going to, you know, share what you know. Man, share it, man. Share it. It's like right now, what's happening in the world. You know, you got these two clowns now. You know, they're lying to us right in front of our face, and they're lying. They're talking that they're mad. about this policy, that policy, the guy that makes the cars, and the guy this over here. It's all a sketch, papi. It's all a sketch. Don't think for a moment there's any kind of rumble there. There's no rumble there, man. It's just to give you this. That's all. That's all. And this is why I have to keep on telling you these things, so you know what's going on. I'm always going to keep on dropping knowledge on you guys to help you guys. And you guys can go now and say, hey, man, you want to see a video? You want to see a video? You want to see all these watches where they were, fabricated at, the countries? Japan, Venezuela, USA, Mexico. Papi, let me tell you, I'm telling you, Mexico was producing a bunch of watches. A bunch. And people today, they take that watch to their favorite Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealer, and you give it to him como un lambón, como un palomo, like a crumb bum, like a spoof ball. You give them the watch, and they look at it. And you're looking at the bracelet, and you look at it right away, and it has the initials DA. DA. You know what DA means? It was done in Venezuela. De Augusto, in Venezuela. You imagine getting that bracelet, and you're looking at it and say, wow, this is rare. This is rare. Or you get one from Japan. Papi, they're not going to tell you none of this stuff, man. They want you to continue being obedient slaves. But I'm not going to let that happen to you guys. I'm not going to let that happen to you guys. I can't do it. It's not in me. It's not in me. I said it wrong. I take it back. It's not in Sweet Kid Kino. He's quiet today in this corner, and he's there watching me, the way I'm operating, the way I'm moving around with the ball, he's watching me. And I'm dropping knowledge to you guys. You guys cannot continue believing these people. The worst thing that happened in the world, the worst thing that happened in the world was, giving a computer to a human being. They see everything now. They frogged up. I said, man, they're seeing everything. Going on 5 weeks, and nobody has addressed anything. None of the ambassadors have, come up to the plate and say, hey, man, what they're saying about Rolex is bullshit. It's a sketch. It's a lie. They say, oh, my God, when are they going to address it? And the longer it goes, the deeper it goes. The longer it goes, the deeper it goes, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big, big corporation. And me and you are not in it. We'll never get invited. The masses just have to wake up. The masses. The masses have to wake up. It's fine to like beautiful luxury things. It's fine. Thank you very much, Damon, for that super chat. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. The masses have to wake up. They cannot continue, sleepwalking around through life. You just cannot continue. You cannot continue. You got to wake up and ask yourself, what I'm looking, is it for real or not? You cannot continue being in the Truman Show. You cannot continue being in the Truman Show. You guys been in the Truman Show for too long, until you met and you heard about Sweet Kid Kino to me, Joaquin to you. That's right. He's the brains, I'm the voice. But the one that knows everything, it's unbelievable, that guy. Sweet Kid Kino's unbelievable. I mean, I'm telling you, he's unbelievable, and people don't want to believe me. So today, you heard about 6 different factories. 6 different factories, and I gave you the explanation. One of the first ones, they had a real big contact with Mr. Hans Wilsdorf. That guy was unbelievable. The Hans, the owner of Rolex, he was unbelievable, that guy, The guy, Jusky called him up and he said, hey, yo, Hans, what's happening, brother? Hey, what's happening, Jusky? Jusky was a German. You follow me? German, all these people together. It's a big world, all together. You understand me? It's a big elite, a big elite family all together. DuPont, JP Morgan, Rockefeller, huh? You understand me? All that. They're all together. Flagler, Flagler. You know Flagler? I got to talk to you that way because you guys don't understand. You know what this means? The train, Flagler. And then they will go to West Palm Beach and hang out. West Palm Beach. Over there. They all live over there, summer, winter, all that kind of stuff. 43 subscribers, 32 thumbs up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is crazy. And then you guys leave from this channel where you learn a lot and you go see, the Warris fat bastard, You go see that gentleman over there out of Italy, the fake Italian, flat top, monkey eyebrows, and you maintain his lifestyle. What does he give you? This is what he gives you. Papi, I'm the #1 watch market update show in the world, chosen by no other than Fudinki. Don't forget that. We're #1. We're #1. And the reason you might be thinking, so why are you doing all these videos? Because when I leave and you don't see me no more, you're going to go back to my blueprints. And you're going to say what Mr. Blair says about me. Damn, that SOB was something else. He was telling us right in front of our faces. Like those reels that you look in TikTok and Instagram, that they're giving you a subliminal message. Well, I'm giving you a subliminal message. We've all been taken, bro. We've all been taken. Man, I was in my 20s when I would go, man, this is not made in Switzerland. This is made in Maracaibo, in Caracas, Venezuela. Papi, I know what I'm telling you. You guys cannot continue skip hopping around through life like rabbits. You can't. You can't. This video should go viral. You say, man, there was a guy there, man. They showed 6 different factories where Rolex would sub out their watch parts. And you guys still think, no, it's not made over there in China, man. You crazy. You know what they say about this channel? Somebody, I felt bad for this person. This person wrote down, I want you to look in the comments and look for it. He wrote down, this channel is for people that are poor. They can't afford a real Rolex from Switzerland, Geneva. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what he said. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. They're sleepwalking. You remember what Pluto, Pluto, that guy, Brutus from Popeye, what he did to Olive Oil, Popeye's chick. He went like this to her. And it was over. Olive Oil was a little zitch. She was a zitch. And Popeye was so gullible, y era un lambón, y un palomo, he would just stay there and take it, and that's how it is. That's how it is, guys. You guys cannot stand there and take it. You guys cannot continue being like that. I'm not gonna permit it. So I already told you the reason that I'm doing these videos, so they can stay up for you guys. So when I'm gone, you go back and you look at it. You go look at it again. And you remember that day. You say, man, that guy, that Puerto Rican dude, man, he went there on live. Bro, and he started bombarding. Boom, 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 boom. Because, my back hurts. My rear end aches. You understand me? I'm getting older. My steps are slower. I don't jump as high as I could before. I jump now a little bit, like those wrestlers, the way they used to jump from the ropes. I used to be able to jump like I can't jump like that no more, boys. Listen to me, man. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. It's all right, man. You go back now, and what happens is when you go back to buy that Rolex that you're desperate to get, and you talk to these people, to these dealers, they're gonna respect you more. They're gonna go, how do you know that they chose to send, sub out their jobs to Japan, to England, to Mexico, to Venezuela, to the United States? How do you know that? I know, I read, I'm giving you a shortcut because ustedes son tan lambones. Son tan lambones. Manishma, manishma, manishma to all of you. Manishma. Manishma. You cannot continue being crumb bums. You can't. You see, I challenge one of those dodo birds to leave comments now. They won't leave them now. Now they're embarrassed. The ones that will leave comments that your channel is for poor people that can't afford a Rolex, that believe that those watches are made in China. Leave a comment. I triple dare you, papi. Come on, bring some action here. Do it. Don't leave. They won't do it now. They won't, Habibi, papi, Habibi. They won't do it. They won't do it now. Because lo mío de verdad, papi. Hay que tener gandinga, papá. Yo tengo tremendos bolones. You know what bolones is? Google it, because I'm not going to tell you. Yo tengo tremendos bolones. Nobody would tell you what I just told you today. You know how much that costs, what I just told you? To learn? It costs years of experience. I give it to you for free. Mr. Blair, I give it to you for free. Damon, I give it to you for free. You understand me? Dr. Evil, so on, for free. You need to have it. Remember, this channel is like in a field goal. Block. Block. Understand me? I'm telling you what it is. This is something that you guys have to, get in your head already and just start thinking with your head. Listen to me. It's fine. It's fine. My wife has a bunch of Chanel bags, a bunch of Prada bags, Dior. She knows. They're not like us. They're not like us. But she knows. She knows they're from over there. She knows they're from over there, but she doesn't care what it is. Now, if they would do the same thing, let me ask you a question now before I let you guys go. Here it is. Voy a terminar con esto ya. Let's say that the watch that you purchase is made, hecho in Japón, in Japan, hecho en Mexico, made in Mexico. Would it bother you to see Japan, right? Mexico, Venezuela. Would it bother you to see on your bracelet made in China? Is that something bad? Is that something bad? I'm asking all of you out there. Really, okay, you're wiser today. Okay. And Damon said, Mr. Blair said no. So what's the big hoopla? You know what the big hoopla is? That we've made China like a stick bomb. Anything that comes over there is cheap. It's no good. You know those pills that you guys drink so you guys can be strong and bet. Those pills are made in China too, Bobby. They're made in China. The ones you used to, But you guys don't want to hear that. So you say, no, that's like having a cold, like having bronchitis, like having a terminal disease if you hear the word China. Ustedes son tan lambones that 90% of what you have in your house is made in China. But then it bothers you if you see it on your bracelet, made in China, my Rolex. That's the moral of the story. Why? Why do they have it, against China? Why? And this is why they came out. They came out of the woods and they say no more. Let's just say it. Let's just say it. And it's there. And everybody is flipping. You remember Sammy the Bull? Sammy the Bull. Sammy the Bull, that guy, he flipped. He flipped on on this person that he said he cared about. He flipped. You guys got to flip. Not the Sammy way, but you got to flip. You got to flip and realize already. You guys got to realize que tú estás jodido. And they don't know how to attack this. But they have one thing in favor. I've told you this already. There's one owner that owns all the channels of your TV. There's one owner that owns all the radio stations. There's one owner that owns all the news. And there's one owner that lets any of the TV, radio, newspaper write whatever they want. You cannot write this, you don't write this down. That's how it is. You can make, in our country, you can make whoever you want good or bad. I bet you guys didn't know that. Whoever you want. You can make him the best in the world. You can make him the worst in the world. Like they made that guy, the guy that he had like around 5,000 bottles of oil in his house. He was a puppet. He was just a puppet. And they got him. And now he's in there, he's in there. You know what I'm trying to say, Franco? I can go more deeper, but I don't think you guys have the capacity to understand none of this. Honestly, with all the respect, I don't think you have it. You guys been you guys been sleeping too much in the hay, in the farm. The farm, the hay. You've been sleeping there with the horse, and the cow, and the chickens. Skip hopping around like little rabbits, bunnies. You can't do that. No can do in this channel, ladies and gentlemen. You can't do that. Look, an example. A couple of months ago, that they've been telling you that this guy is worth $1.3 billion. That boxer, not Deputy Boxing Black Eyes. The boxer. The guy. The little, what's the name again? Pretty boy, Pretty boy. Guy doesn't have nothing, Papi. That's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. Those people could shut off your bank account and turn it on. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is like the network movie, what you're watching right now. Those people have the power to turn off your bank account and turn it back on. It's their money. Your money and my money is their money. You give your business to a trustee. You give your house to a trustee. You give your car to a trustee. This is awful, but it's the truth. You give your children to a trustee. Papi, no sean lambones. No sean lambones. No sean lambones. And then you hear a guy, with boxing black eyes, a watch dealer, and he's telling you in your face that his company costs $360 million. You gotta be a window licker and a lollipop sucker to believe all that, man. You gotta be asleep to believe all that. Anyway, guys, I've been talking for an hour already, and it's what it is. I hope you learned something from all this, and you can tell your buddies, nah, man, watches were made in Japan. They were too close, Japan. And I didn't tell you. They said we need to pull out because Japan is too expensive. Japan is too expensive. And then they said, well, Hans, what do we do, Hans? And Hans said, one of the relatives, guy Hans was gone, he passed away in 1960. He left the world, And he spoke to J.P. Morgan, BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, talked to all of them, the round table. He said, you need to pull out of there. Remember, Rolex is a charity. You got to be asleep to believe that. A charity for me and you, but not for the boys that are in their club. This is, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard of the Bohemian Grove? Listen to me again. Have you ever heard of the Bohemian Grove? It's like that, They get together every July, They sip on Budweisers. You understand me? And they laugh and they choose what's going to happen in the world with the Bilderbergers and all that good stuff. So I hope that I have really opened up your horizons and you can understand what I'm trying to tell all of you. I really hope that you really use this to your advantage. For real, I really hope that you all kidding aside, you saw what this is. And remember, when Joaquin to you, Kino to me, when we're going to talk about something, we come with, here's the proof. Look at it, not an AI photo, not an AI photo. I triple dare all of you. I don't double dare. I triple dare all of you to go look into all that so you can be better watch collectors. You can be smarter watch collectors because probably some of you gave away a bracelet coming from Japan. A bracelet from Japan on a Daytona watch. And the dealer just looked at it, looked at you, looked at it again, and he said, wow, look what I have here. Look what I have here. Pretty soon, I'm going to make another live stream regarding another logo stamp that was made in another country. And I'm going to say in another Spanish country that a lot of you don't know about that. And I will talk to you about that too. Like a Tiffany stamp, like a Cartier stamp. You know what I'm trying to say? But this is from a Latin country, And I'm going to talk to you so I can show you that because I want all these videos to stay here. So whenever you guys want to go back to the library, like today, Mr. Blair told me that he never saw the video of the Sky Dweller. He never saw it. And it's true because, my videos go all the way to the bottom of the barrel. All the way to the bottom of the barrel. And nobody can see them because I'm not in their club. I'm not showing straps, leather straps. I'm not making reviews on a watch that I bought. You get punished. Well, guys, anyway, I hope you really enjoyed the show. You learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like, share this unbelievable experience that you guys have passed today in this hour and 7 minutes or an hour and 5 minutes, whatever it is. Don't forget, share this video. Share with your buddies. Your buddies in the golf clubhouse and in your job, wherever it is. Whatever it is. And don't forget, we also have a private watch group under my name, Juan Felipe Nieves, and maybe Sweet Kick Kino and Samantha will let you in. All right, guys? Samantha is a worker that works for us. All right, guys? All right, guys. Anyway, guys, take care. No, before I leave, thank you very much for the super chats. Thank you, chats. Thank you for all that good stuff. And most of all, thank you very much to all of you for being here live with me today. That means everything to us. It means everything to us. Remember, we're not going to talk about watches, that I have, reviews of a watch that I bought, straps, none of that stuff. We're going to give you knowledge. Anyway, guys, take care and brush your hair. Peace.